open look?
We did a decent job of closing out, tagging. Andrea did a great. He and James Johnson did one of our best jobs of our tagging and closing out to touch and under control where we didn't get beat. It was one of our probably solid defensive efforts against a very good offensive team, especially their second unit.
Did you expect Jose to be playing at this high of a level so early?
I'll tell you what, I was at the Euro League Championships this summer, and I came away with a different opinion of Jose at that time. Anytime you win a championship the way he has, that tells you something. And he's much better than people give him credit for as far as his solid play, running the team, shooting the basketball. He's one of our best three-point shooters. And he and Andrea have a thing going on with their pick and rolls, and he has a sixth sense of where he is and where the open guy is in pick and rolls.
The win opening night was obviously impressive. Tonight, the growth just tremendous. What the growth in just a week you see from your players?
Just the defensive growth so far. I mean, believe me, we're nowhere near where we need to be. Offensively, defensively, we've taken strides. We're thinking defensively. We're thinking in those terms of getting stops, which is a part of the culture change. And, we're playing playoff-style basketball now, whether we're a playoff team or not. I'd venture to say we're not right now, but we're playing the style of defense that it takes to play in the playoffs. Offensively, we got to clean up some things, timing, spacing, cut down on turnovers, which we did tonight, and continue to do that.
Coach, the team got outscored by 32 points in the second half of the last 3 games you played. What was the difference tonight?
I just thought our focus. We talked about it, about how we had to execute, start out the second half. We still started out the second half, gave up 2 easy buckets. And we got to start the second half the way we finished the first half, excuse me, or finish the game. And, keep that focus, I think, is the number one thing we got to do. Whereas in New York, Orlando, Dallas, which are all great teams, don't get me wrong, but we had mental letdowns in those games, and we've got to correct that.
When DeMar's in that three-point shot, it was not his offense and the whole team's offense. So talk about his three-point shot and how it impacted the offense.
I tell you what, he's, I think Doug wrote about it today, but he's really improved his three-point shooting. Now he opens up the floor for everybody else because now you have to honor him with spacing. He doesn't necessarily have to have the ball, but they have to honor him, and now that opens up the roll, that opens up the weak side for three-point shooting. So just his improvement for his three-point is going to help us a lot offensively, especially in that pick-and-roll game.
And Davis had a very quietly solid game today. Could this be a type of bounce-back game for him?
Well, I brought Ed in today, and we watched film after shoot-around and just showed him the difference between his effort in the last Cleveland game versus his effort in New York, which I thought was not himself. I need energy. This is we want to develop Ed Davis, but he's got to earn it, and he did tonight. He came in and did a solid job, much better job than he did in New York, and then he did against Orlando. We as a staff are not going to just give away minutes, but he earned them tonight. The more he played as well as he did, the more he stayed on the floor, and that's where it's got to be. If you're building that culture and building the team, and he gave it to us. And the other guy that I thought played well and earned himself more minutes was James Johnson. It was 1 for 8 offensively, but his defensive effort, his rebounding was a clinic. Like I said, he and Andrea, so that earned him more minutes on the floor.
What are you seeing out of Andrea that maybe we haven't seen in the past?
Confidence. As I told the New York media, he's playing an all-star level. I've been around some great players, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, Kevin Garnett, Dirk. He's playing at that level, offensively and defensively. And for me, he's playing at a big-time level. So that's all I know. I wasn't here last year, so I'm seeing him this year, Ryan. And I'm totally impressed with his approach defensively and offensively.